You're Knicks fans. Welcome to another episode of KnicksFansWilding. Of course, you in the building with Triple M, aka Tequila Tito. All that good stuff, as you know. Find us on the Off the Ball Network. Follow my guys there at Off the Ball. If you haven't had time to check it out, check that out ASAP. And of course, I'm here as always in the building with my main guy, Don Juan. Tell the people it's really good.
Yeah, what's going on, bro? What's going on? What's going on, listeners, man? It's glad to see the Knicks back at home. We just came back from an exciting dub. Hey, it feels good, man. We clinched. It feels good to be in the city right now, bringing that whole vibe back over here, East Coast.
Man, facts. You speaking straight facts right now. We just coming off an absolutely amazing win. We're recording this after seeing Knicks versus Spurs, but we'll get into that. But first, I gotta introduce you to somebody, Don Juan. This is my main guy right here, my main dog. Another person. I don't know where we finding these people. We can't hype the people up. Another person without Twitter, without Instagram. He's like a ghost. We don't know about him. He's one of the biggest Knicks fans I know. Is my guy, my family, Ruben.
You already know what's good, what's going on. We back in the playoffs finally. You know how we feeling? We hyped up. I'm coming live. But let's go, man. We ready for whoever we gonna play, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Don't matter. Tips gonna make us ready.
I don't know if it don't matter, man. I don't know. It does matter. It does matter. That's why we're watching these games intensely. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Last time we spoke, Don Juan, we were out west. You made an outlandish prediction. You stated we was gonna go 4-2, and it wasn't outlandish at all. It almost came to fruition.
Almost.
Actually finished 3-3. I was expecting a 2-4. I ain't gonna lie. So we met it in the. I will take that. I'll take it. 3-3.
Happily.
Came out with the Lakers victory. I mean, just run, breeze me by that West Coast, Phoenix, all these other games, Don Juan.
Phoenix, man, that was a tough loss too, because it's like most of these games we're competing with these guys. It's just we can't close, unfortunately. But hey, I feel like those trips were more of a learning experience. We seen what we could do without certain players. Like we had Quickly and Burks, but they missed most of that trip, and if not all. And then you got D Rose. He turned up. I felt like it was just more like a next man up type of mentality while we was out there. So it was cool. I mean, 3-3. I was hoping with 4-2. That Laker game and how important that Laker game was too. It was a lot behind that. Besides my pick of trying to get my prediction correct, but yeah, unfortunately we ended up losing. Well, we beat the Clippers, but we lost to the Lakers the last game, and that was another nail biter. Um, that Laker game, bro, that was a tough one. That we couldn't get no boards. They was just out rebounding us left and right. What was it, like 18 offensive rebounds?
Drummond was an animal.
Even though that's Drummond's game, you know what I mean? But I just thought we would be able, because honestly, without those offensive rebounds, we would have won that game. That's the only thing that was keeping them in the game. So, hey, but we live with that. 3-3. We're back home. We just got a crazy win. Hey, we clinched without even playing. So that was a fun one too last night. But all these games matter right now. We've been watching these other games like Washington and Atlanta last night, which was quite entertaining. But it seems like the standings are playing itself out.
Yeah, man, Ruben, talk to me about that Lakers game. What you seen, what you liked, what you didn't like.
I liked how D Rose definitely stepped up. He was the only one in double figures besides Julius. One thing I didn't like is how RJ, he wasn't having his 3-point shot that game, and he kind of kept going to it. I would have liked to see him go to the free throw line a little bit more. I think he was too dependent on him. Also, another thing I didn't like was Tibbs' rotation. Frank Ntilikina was actually cooking. You know what I mean? In all honesty, it was a little iffy. I would have kind of given D Rose a little 2-minute break in the OT because he looked gassed out at the end of it. Definitely. He looked gassed out. But all in all, the way they fought, the way they made them earn every basket, even when we went into OT, we still held them to 101, man. Defense, man. Defense is the way we're going to win games. Defense is going to take us a long way if we actually play good defense. So
Facts.
that's the one thing that I can say I actually liked about the game, the fact that we defended so well and, Taylor Horton Tucker.
For real, bro. What a shot.
Back to these losses, man, because it was a tough loss. Like Don Juan said, we'll take the 3-3. But as Don Juan previously mentioned last night, even though the Knicks was off, they clinched a playoff berth. All right. I'm gonna start off with my excitement, and I'm gonna ask y'all. The New York Knicks are in the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, led by my dog Julius Randle. Ooh, don't stop off, because I might shoot over you. Don't play next to me, because I might bully you. Woo! We're talking about Emmanuel. He like that quickly. D, is that MVP Rose? I mean, I could go on and on with this roster, man. The New York Knicks. I sounded crazy earlier in the year when I was predicting playoffs, but I just saw with Tibbs, man, it was bringing that intensity and that playoff seeding being down to 10 now. I was really, really excited going into the year. I was calling playoffs, but I was thinking people were gonna call me crazy. I wasn't really hardcore into it, but the New York Knicks really, really impressed me this year, and we're going to the playoffs. Don Juan, I want to start with you, man. How you feeling about the Knicks making the playoffs for the first time in 8 years? I mean, you wasn't even legally able to drink back then.
For real, man. We couldn't even celebrate legally. Yeah, you're right, man. Now I think about it. It's been so long. Hey, but it's finally good to be back, especially considering that we were just, well, at least for me, I barely had us in the playing game. So to even see us get this far clinch way ahead of time, like, usually around this time, I'm kind of already in the lottery, thinking about the draft, more focused on baseball, looking forward to that. Like, I can't even focus on the Yankees right now because the Knicks are really holding it down right now, and it feels good, bro. And it's just we got to finish the job. It feels good, yeah, but I feel like with this team, depending on how the standings play out, we could really take it up a notch in the playoffs, especially because the way we've been seeing it. This team has been playing great, and we dealing with injuries. I feel like once the playoff come, the team is gonna come full with D Rose quickly and Burks, who is either one or the other that's out in the playoffs, bro. I feel like they could really show out. And not said too, bro. I felt like D Rose, he was holding back a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's that COVID thing that was playing a factor. But once he threw that behind the back, D Rose, bro, he's been turning up. And you said he got like those MVP numbers. He's looking real similar to that.
You raising expectations. I'm gonna come back to you on that one. But Ruben, he's a young buck, Don Juan. This guy, he's very young. Were you even a teenager the last time the Knicks made the playoffs?
I was a sophomore. Come on now. I'm young, but I was a sophomore in high school at least. I was in high school. But hey, it's been a while, man. 17 wins, 20 wins. How many times, man? It's just a great feeling, in all honesty, man. I thought we would be kind of where the Pacers were. Fighting for that 8th seed. But, hey, Julius playing like an MVP, man. And RJ, he should be in a voting pod for most improved player as well in year 2. I'll put it out there. The stats are there with the percentages. I don't care. I don't care.
We haven't heard anything like that.
Reggie Bullock is our defensive player of the year. Game in and game out, goes out and defends the opponent's best player. Today made DeMar DeRozan's life a living hell. So
that was a great.
They're just deep, man. A lot of guys on 1-year contracts. They just playing for a contract. In all honesty, and for the next year, and I think we gotta give at least Burks and Noel another year too, man. At least maybe D-Rose too, man. I don't care. They gotta bring him back, man.
Later. Right now, we focus on the now. Man. Let's focus on.
Yeah, you're right.
Don Juan, you mentioned a point earlier in your point right now, raising expectations. I mean, we started the season not expecting nothing from this team, maybe fighting in for the play-in. Now we're battling for the 4th seed. Are you raising expectations on this team? I'm gonna start with you, Don Juan.
I completely am. I don't know if I'm falling for this moment. I'm living in the moment, as some will say. But yeah, I'm raising expectations, bro. I think we could compete with a lot of these guys. Granted, I want to avoid those top three tiers, those top three teams, in Sixers, Nets, and the Bucks. So right now we're in the sixth seed, we might end up playing them realistically. I think we have a fighter's punch, like a fighter's chance.
Yeah, yeah.
We have a chance, and we haven't had our team like fully healthy, and I think that's gonna be big in the playoffs if
Yeah.
we could actually do that. But I'm raising expectations completely because now whether we play obviously the Bucks a little harder, but if we play the Heat or the Hawks, I feel like we should definitely advance.
Yeah, man, Ruben, I'm gonna go to you, man. Unleash it on me. Are you raising expectations on the New York Knicks now?
I'm raising expectations, but they doing it themselves. In all honesty, with the way they playing themselves, they gonna have to prove next year that is it like a bust. Was it a 1 year wonder, a one hit wonder? You know what I mean? But at the same point, us fans are definitely expecting a better year. 45 wins is going to be a regular 82 game season, possibly. We don't know what's going to go on. Things are looking normal with everything with COVID. Um, I really do think that they gotta come out next year stronger. They get Mitch back. You know what I mean? We're gonna see what he
How
does
about
Yo,
you
bro,
raising
bro, bro.
expectations this season, man? You
Why
going
you keep talking about next year,
this
bro? Like,
season.
come on, man.
This
We got
season.
we still got the playoffs.
This
exactly?
season. Listen. This season. If we
Are
get
you
the if
raising
we get the
before you
Listen,
finish? Are
if
you
we
raising
get the fourth seed this season, I see us making it out of the first round if we play Atlanta.
raising your expectations?
I really do think we could maybe force a game six in the second round, maybe, all or tough 5 game series. Every game is tough because we don't really have a closer like that right now. Julius is still working on it if he's going to be our closer. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
have to find someone that can actually close games out, and Julius needs to work on that as well. So we're going to see what happens in the playoffs. I need RJ to at least average 20 in the playoffs. That is my
That'd
expectation
be
for
huge.
him.
That'd be
20
huge.
points per game in the playoffs. If he does that, that boy's gonna be nice, man. I'm telling you.
That would be clutch. But as far from me, I'm not raising expectations. I feel like we're already playing with house money. All right, nobody expected this from the New York Knicks. And listen, I hope we get to the fourth seed. I'm praying. I'm looking. I was watching this Philly game earlier. We'll get into that. They came out flat. There was nothing there. But even if we get in, if we stay where we at, the sixth seed, and we play Milwaukee, Brooklyn, I just want us to fight. I'm not raising
Yeah.
expectations. Even if we're the fourth seed, like we're playing with house money now. Nobody expected this. And the New York Knicks, I've mentioned this in a lot of pods, and I keep saying the same thing because it's just factual. Lowest cap space in the league. They have the most money. So much draft capital. I mean, the Dallas pick, looking like Dallas, is going to make the playoffs.
I talk about next year, baby.
This one is
We coming crazy, boy. Playoffs, man.
they just
Great
have
all
everything.
season.
Everything is set up.
Future looking bright.
Everything is set up for this team. So as far as this year, I'm not raising expectations, but I'm living in the moment. I'm enjoying the moment. I'm living. I'm dying. I'm breathing with every shot, every game. I'm so engaged right now, and that's just good for me,
Oh,
man. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with this New York Knicks squad for sure.
Let's go. Now you got me hyped now even more.
That's what we here for. We wild. Look at that.
yeah,
Right there.
man.
Brand new,
Hey.
Fire.
brand new LED lights. Knicks fans wilding. That's all we doing.
Fire.
We're gonna keep on wilding out here. We're gonna keep on wilding out here. Let's talk about this San Antonio Spurs game. Wow, 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 wow. What a game. Let me
What a
give you
game,
a
bro.
quick run through recap. We started off nasty. Nobody was scoring at all. It was just a defensive. The Knicks had just been playing like that. They just bringing that 90s gritty defensive intensity. But then in the second half, everything changed. The Spurs came out on fire. They're not missing, made the first 12-13 shot. And Knicks were down big. I was looking like, I cannot believe we're about to lose this game. Somebody got to give us a spark. And once I said that, your boy Ruben, my guy, my dog, RJ Barrett came alive, hitting threes from all over the place. Mainly that corner. He loves that
He
corner.
loves that corner.
He was killing
Corner
it.
boy RJ.
Finished 8-19 from the field, 5-9 from three, 24 points. Then the comeback from my dog too. I like this man. Ruben, you just mentioned it. We might give him another year. Alec Burks came
Might have to.
11 or 20
Came
from the
alive.
field, 5 from 10 from threes, 30 points, 10 rebounds for the guy Alec Burke, and the Knicks come out with the win, 102-98. Wow. And now still fighting for that fourth seed as the Sixers 1-2. So we still alive Saturday. A huge game against the Hornets. Got to win that one as well. Don Juan, I'm gonna start with you again, man. What you saw from this Spurs Knicks game today?
Hey, I saw some resilience. I saw a team that didn't give up. We were down 17 in the third, and I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, this is how we're gonna come back. First game in the Garden. After you clinch, you're just gonna show out. Like, and then at that point, I thought, damn, D Rose is really missed. Like, we really need D Rose to really just spark everything at this point. Like, he's really that important. But once RJ started hitting, bro, it was no looking back. Then you got Burks picking up the other half, and then Randall started hitting some shots, and that helped too, because sometimes we depend on Randall too much, and we can't really in the playoffs. It can't be a one man show. We need everybody to do their part, and it's big when you got a player like Burks that could drop 30 out of nowhere. So and he was missed in this road trip, like I said, and I feel like he would have changed a lot because we had to play Ntilikina at one point, and not that it was bad, but that's how far back in the bench you had to go into. But credit Ntilikina, though, he had some good games, and he's got the Frank Hive living well. They out back, and I mean he got me thinking about next year too if we signing him back. So he's doing a little something. He got a little interview right now. He's working the interview process.
Yeah, man. Ooh, the Frank Harvey straight buzzing right now, man. But yo, Ruben, you kept FaceTiming me the whole game. He was just FaceTiming me the whole time. I'm like, bro, chill. He's like, yo, look at Payne. He suck, la, la, la. I'm like, yo, chill.
Payne, bro.
Let the second half come through. How you watch that game? How you like that finish? 'Cause you didn't hit me up when we made a comeback. I guess
Hey, man. Like you said, my guy RJ came through, man. He had my back. A roller coaster affair, simple as that. All I can say is Elfrid Payton brings nothing in the second half of games. In the start of second half of games, if you look at it, other teams go on runs because he brings nothing. He doesn't even break down the defense properly. It's like he gives the ball to Julius and goes in the corner.
He can't shoot. He can't shoot.
Yo, and then like he misses layups. That's all he does is shoot
he
layups.
does.
He can't make a 3-pointer or a free throw line jumper, but he's missing layups. Come on, man.
Yeah,
That's why I called you. Simple. And
He
then
missed so many layups.
listen. Besides that, once like Don said, RJ started hitting. Reggie Bullock started off with 2 threes. Then RJ started hitting. And it was a wrap from there. They knew they had the confidence that they was going to come back. They couldn't be stopped. Julius got in his little bag. Alec Burke definitely in his bag, man. First game back, 2. Even if from the injury or whatever he had, hey, you need the rest, take it. You coming back, you dropping 30 and 10, you taking that rest, boy. I'm cool with it. Quickly, it's his first game back. Kind of struggled, but we got 2 more games with him to come. So, but the defensive intensity yet again, man. 21-2 run at one point. 21-2 run we went on. Just stopping them after they went they went 12 for 12 at a point. That was ridiculous. Oh my God, I was losing my mind. I was like, how is this happening? Number 1 defense, where is it at? But they showed up. That third quarter was a roller coaster. All I can say.
Underrated stat: the New York Knicks went 18 for 18 from the free throw line.
Free throw line, yeah.
Those who come back to hurt you, those misses, and the Knicks
Especially in a close game.
Yes, sir.
We squeaked it out. We won by 4. Yeah, as me personally, that game was fire. I was really scared though, because I'm like, damn, I can't believe we're just gonna settle for the 6 seed like this. Like all season, we showed fight and resiliency, and I just didn't see it. And RJ just came out with. I was looking for that guy, that spark. And then he came RJ. Yeah, RJ, the boy. Out for
Yes,
playing
sir.
13 minutes, 0 for 4, man. I feel like Tibbs is just trolling us at this point. You know, I'm from a Dominican household, and sometimes Dominican moms they do stuff just so they don't show that they're wrong. They look
Yeah.
for them are not. I feel like Tibbs is doing that right now. Tibbs,
Oh
he
my
just is
god.
he's like just like, man, I'm not. If I bench him, it's gonna show that I've been wrong all season. 70 games into the season, I'm not benching him, and that's just gonna be our starting lineup into the postseason. So
Literally.
I feel like it's tough because every time the eye test, the analytics, they all say like Peyton is not the guy. And it's like 70 games into the season, and it's just like it's just gonna happen. It's just gonna continuously happen, and they're just looking for excuses now. Now it's he only starts so Rose can have legs at the end of the game, or it's some other stat. They're always gonna come out with some other crazy thing, man.
He's still playing 15 minutes. Like give me 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists or something. Like
Hey, I feel like I've been looking at the bright side. He's playing less minutes.
you're
And as
not
long
wrong.
as
That's
these
because
guys, yeah, and as long as these guys come back, once Rose come back, those 15 minutes might go down to 10.
it's
And
true.
next, and with Frank, the way Frank been playing, we might just hit zero. We might just hit zero.
I doubt it. I doubt it, fellas. Games into the season, playoff start in 2 games. Speaking about minutes, I wanted to just ask you guys in these last 2 games, do you want to see less minutes from these players? Even though we're still fighting for the fourth seed today, Randall played 45 minutes.
Today,
Odyssey played
wow.
41 minutes. I mean, it's getting close to the end of the season. We're still fighting for the fourth seed. Every game is important. Like I said, we got to beat the Hornets on Saturday.
Yeah.
Are you concerned with the minutes, Ruben? Let me start with you. Last 2 games.
Honestly, I've been looking at it recently, and I've been discussing it with a lot of my friends, and it is pretty concerning because it, in a sense, Tibbs has learned, but in a way, like he has to do it because Randall is so much for the team, but at the same point, he's gonna be burnt out. Like, let's just say we go into a seven game series, and he's playing 45 minutes a game. Or no, I'm lying. I'm lying. Like yeah, like 45 to 47 minutes a game. You know what I mean? He's resting for
Wow,
1 minute every game.
It's crazy, Don Juan. What you thinking about the minutes?
The minutes, I mean, they are concerning, but we really need him to play. As long as we're
That's the
competing, he's
thing.
gonna play a lot. But
Yeah.
I feel like during that West Coast trip, there was a little bit of a tick down in minutes. That he wasn't playing. I think up until that Laker game is where he actually played 40 minutes. So there was a drop in minutes, I would say, but and especially it helps that Obi has been playing a lot better. He's actually playing some
Yeah.
defense, so it could actually that his growth also affects Julius's minutes. So even though today he didn't really play, Julius obviously he played 45, 44 minutes. I guess a lot of minutes, and it just shows you how important this game was. But it is concerning entering the playoffs because, like you said, we need these games, but we need to give him some rest, and he's not gonna get benched either. So it's not like D Rose that he got the night off.
Yeah, man, this was a very smart move by the Knicks today to give D Rose. We played 3 games in 4 nights because we played Saturday and Sunday.
Mhm.
And the thing that I would disagree with you guys as far as the minutes is that I was looking earlier today. So the playing games are from May 18th to the 21st. So that gives the Knicks
A
if they
week.
if
Oh, wow, I
they
didn't consider
this
that.
Sunday, it gives them a week. And these guys, 26, 20. These guys got fresh legs. They're young. I mean, the minutes are a little concerning. Don't get me wrong, but they're gonna have time to relax. They're gonna have time to get
Yeah.
right. Have time to rest. Get the treatment. I always go back to a friend of mine who played D1 college, and he was just saying like the treatment that they get is just crazy. He's like, and imagine a professional athlete. Like these guys are
I
just
never love it.
24/7. I'm sure they be sleeping, getting little massages on their feet. I mean, it's just it's just professional sports. It's
The life.
It's just their life. So I feel like the minutes are a bit concerning, but not as much as you guys just stated because they're gonna have that time to heal and to rest. So 45.
Another thing,
We need it, Randall.
we've been
45.
banged up a little bit, so people got to play a lot of minutes because we have been banged up. Plus that Mitch injury for him that hurt. You know what I mean? Because Nerlens would be replacing him in a way if he got less minutes and if Mitch was there.
That was really, really tough. But I mean, Don Juan or Ruben, this is gonna probably be the last time that we speak before the playoffs begin. Don Juan, I'm gonna start with you, my guy. Who do you want to see in the first round?
First round, the obvious pick is the Hawks. I feel like every Knicks fan wants the Hawks, just because we see the light at the end of the tunnel through them. Like, oh yeah, we could get past these guys, but obviously that's the one. Like, I can't like I would like the Heat just to accept that challenge, just to see it. Like, this is the best team we got right now. Let's see what the best you guys have to offer. But the Heat, as of late, the way they playing, they reminiscent of that bubble Heat, and it's getting a little scary. I saw highlights of that Sixers game tonight, Heat Sixers, and they was up like 20 something at one point. Didn't look like they was like
And
not
they didn't
even
look
letting
back.
up either. There was no way the Sixers was gonna come back in that game, and maybe the Sixers might have given that game too because they're already locked in first seed, but it was like 1.5 games, so I expect a little more from them. But the Heat, man, it just shows that the Heat are probably just they ready to play all season. They've been coasting. I felt like they were just coasting. It's a lot of questionable outs from Jimmy Butler, and maybe they were just preparing. I mean, they just came fresh out the finals, right into the season, barely any off season. So they might have given Jimmy Butler that rest he needed, and so yeah, I would accept the challenge with the Heat, but realistically, the Hawks is the way to go. That's what I want to face.
Yeah, Ruben. What about you?
Definitely want to face the Hawks. Like Don Juan said, if we had to face the Heat, is going to be a challenge. I just don't think we match up well with them at all. Bam is a defensive problem for Julius for sure. And that's why they honestly beat us all 3 games this year. They really did a good job shutting down Julius, making other players beat us, and we couldn't finish games against them. So I would really like to see them maybe, I don't know. I would like to see them maybe in the second round, I guess I would say, but we wouldn't even play them. We play like Brooklyn, but the Hawks for sure, 100%. I think the way they play defense, we could at least keep up with them because they do not play defense at all, like nothing. So, and I think we could get key stops on them. So that's who my pick is, the Atlanta Hawks.
Get the Hawks, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the easy answer is the Hawks. I mean, if I come out here and say I want to see the Milwaukee Bucks, you guys would look at me crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, like the Hawks is like the best matter for us for sure. Like you said, Ruben, Trey Young, an amazing offensive player, but we can stop him when we need to. Tibbs is just a defensive genius, and I heard they said it earlier today that the advanced scouting is already out scouting, and we mentioned earlier that they have already a week break before they play. So this is what we harped on the coaching and the defensive schemes and intensity that the Knicks bring. It's an advantage because these guys are beasts. They're beastly. So I think the obvious answer, I don't want to agree with y'all because I want to be different, but I have to. I'm sorry. I have to. I have to say the Hawks because I do not want to see Milwaukee and I don't want to see Brooklyn in the first round. I want to see some. I don't know what I'm saying right now because I just can't say anything about if we see Milwaukee or Brooklyn. It's gonna be a grind. It's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be a challenge for these Knicks squad. And Ruben, you keep skipping to next year, so first round matchup with those tough teams, it'll give us a blueprint for next year and what we need to get, what we need to improve on. We all know the obvious answers at the point, but what else do we need? And do we give Burks and Noel another 1-year contract? See what they do. But let's see, man. These next 2 games at Hornets I mean, not at Hornets. In the crib against the Hornets. In the crib against Boston. We need a winner. We need one loss from Miami. Just one loss. Milwaukee.
Let's go Bucks.
Yeah.
Let's go Bucks.
The best basketball player in the world. That's my man. You need that output from him. Chris Middleton. It's like the second fiddle. He's the best second fiddle in the league.
Facts.
I'm joking about those things. I just need a win from the Bucks, please, man.
That's gonna be me tomorrow. Let's go, Giannis. Oh no, they play on Saturday too. They play on Saturday, the same day as the Knicks.
Yeah, our game is at 1 p.m. Their game is at 8 p.m. So that game is gonna be huge.
Big day of basketball, guys. Big day.
Big day.
Let's see, but this brings me to my next point right here. Reason we wanted to bring Ruben into the show. I'm gonna take you guys back to draft night.
Down memory lane.
It was in Don Juan for chilling, drinking, doing our thing, sipping what we do. Watching this draft, and the clock is ticking and ticking and ticking and ticking. The lottery. We was watching
the lottery, yeah.
The Knicks didn't have a chance to get number one. It was very rare, but in typical Knicks fashion, we fall back to 8. And things keep coming, and we find out number 1, Minnesota, number 2, Golden State, even though they didn't need it, and number 3, the Hornets. And my guy Ruben over here was already ready, pushing the fact that we should trade up to trade LaMelo Ball at whatever cost. And it ended up being with the Hornets that LaMelo Ball went to. So Ruben's trade offer was Mitchell Robinson and the 8th pick for the 3rd pick to the Hornets.
Second.
To draft LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, second pick. Not 3rd pick. It was Edwards, Wiseman, LaMelo.
Oh yeah. Nah, but I wanted the 2nd pick because Golden State needed a big. They still do need a big, realistically.
I mean, either way, if the Hornets, it would have been a fantastic trade for the Hornets because they get a big man too. They don't have no big man. They charting Bismarck Biyombo out there, and they would have got the 8th pick, which they probably would have still drafted a point guard.
Yeah, probably Halliburton or something.
That would have been a good draft day for them, honestly.
The Hornets. So Ruben's trade offer right here was the 8th pick and Mitchell Robinson for the 3rd pick to draft LaMelo Ball. Ruben, you've had the season to dissect the trade. Are you retracting or are you pushing forward with that trade?
Pushing forward with my foot all the way down on the gas, man. We going through, man. I ain't going back, man. Love Mitch, man. But you see with Tibbs' system how he could be replaced. Defense and rebounds with Tibbs is more important than Mitch being able to put the ball in the basket more than Nerlens. Plus, Elfrid Payton, man. Emmanuel quickly averages more points, assists, everything, man. Derrick Rose does too. Thank God we had a sense of brains and common to go get D Rose for Dennis Smith and a 2nd round pick. Thank you, Detroit. Thank you. You saved the season for us.
Literally.
For sure.
But think about it like this. LaMelo Ball running with RJ. And think about it like this. What has Derrick Rose's game done to Obi Toppin alone? Expanded it. Made him look like he actually belongs in that 2nd unit.
But because he can find him. Trade offer.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I'm telling you, what does a point guard that knows how to break down a defense and find someone do for another player? You know what I mean? LaMelo Ball is a pass-first guy. He would have made everyone else better. Think about IQ with a catch and shoot with a guy like that. We got him with the 25th pick, so we still would have had IQ. Or Alec Burks. Think about how much RJ would have been better with this catch and shoot game this year. Even Julius. That man is a beast right now catching and shooting threes. Think about it when he's in the pick and roll situation with this kid.
Don
This
man.
is what he does, man.
Juan, he
I'm
presented
sticking
that
with it, man. That's a backcourt of the future. You got a big three. You build around that right there. RJ, LaMelo, Julius. Because now Julius is that all-star. We got
Yeah.
something to build around. Two young
We didn't know
guards.
that in the offseason. We didn't know that in the offseason.
You know what? We didn't know that, but like that's what I mean. You know what I mean? We came in. If we did that trade, we got a backcourt of the future. Oh my God, Julius Randle, all-star, going crazy, playing out of his mind. Larry Bird statistics, like you know what I mean? New
Don
York
Yeah.
Juan,
would have
he
New
was
York
not with
New
the
York
trade,
would have
Don
been
Juan.
on fire right now.
Don Juan, he wasn't with that trade back then. Have you changed your
I
mind as you see in the season now?
Hey, he got
I
injured
was
too,
I
so
was
put
I
that
was
into
with the
perspective.
trade. I was with the trade. It's just depending if it was straight up. I really thought Mitch was expandable. Like I really thought we could use Mitch as the one to get another superstar. I just didn't think that pick was a superstar. You know, I felt like we could use him to get like a Damon Lillard or
Nah,
this is me
yeah,
thinking before, not even now. You know, but or Donovan Mitchell. Like
yeah.
these are the names that I was thinking would getting Mitch. But that would have been dope. But I'm not gonna torture myself. It's like too much to go back down and think like, oh, the if and the possibilities. I mean, we could go back and say, damn, how about the Knicks didn't draft OB? Like got somebody else. Like that might have played. That would have turned things sideways. Like it's just too much right now. I'm happy. Well, besides Peyton's work and his level of skills, like I don't even understand how this guy's still in the league. But hey, it's politics behind that, and he's managed to make a career out of it. But I just can't wait to we replace him, and it won't be anybody like Lamelo. But it's gonna be exciting, and I can't wait to talk about it later on. I know we got an interesting off season with not hella point guards. We got limited options for a replacement of Alfred Payton, which shouldn't be hard.
Well, Lonzo Ball's making his case for 20 mil a year,
Hey,
man.
if you said you wanted Lamelo, you got something close to it. You know, you got
I'm
Lonzo.
not paying him 20 mil a year. I can't for that inconsistency, man.
Hey,
I'm
Coach
gonna do
Tibbs,
that.
Coach Tibbs got the key to unlock plays. Maybe
You're not wrong.
Lonzo would be coming into the situation like Julius Randle, where it seemed like wherever he was at, he wasn't wanted, and maybe he might unlock him. But this is just me, looking for a sweet spot. I don't really want to give him 20 mil either. But if we end up doing it because he's the only option, we're gonna have to start preparing for that day and live up to it because it makes sense. I mean, Lonzo Ball in Madison Square Garden. I mean, now that I say it, doesn't sound that exciting, but but I feel like he's gonna demand a lot of attention, and a guy like Coach Tibbs might bring the best out of him with
Yeah, that's
especially
for
with the
sure. I
group
agree
of
with
vets
that.
around him because everywhere Lonzo's also been, he's also been surrounded by just a bunch of young guys besides LeBron, but it was mainly just a bunch of young guys. So who knows? Maybe a new start is what he needs because I really don't want to get Mike Conley or Kyle Lowry. So.
Yeah, man. Come on, let's stick to the plan right here. We're going to the future again.
Damn, bro, oh
Gotta
shit,
call
bro.
this episode Back to the Future because everybody, we just been going skipping to the future. Going back to that draft lottery trade proposal, I wasn't with it then, and I'm still not with it now. Mitchell Robinson, he might be expandable, yes, but I'm not giving him up just for LaMelo Ball,
Yeah,
he blew my expectations out. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's looking like a superstar in the making for sure. His passing is exciting. He's Hollywood. He's box office, and that would have been perfect at Madison Square Garden. But it just would have been too much. I still like Obi. We don't know what we have there. He's stepping up big these last few games. And Mitchell Robinson, man, if the Knicks had Mitchell Robinson right now,
it'll be huge.
I would not be talking about this trade, man, if we
Yeah,
had him right
he
now.
was starting
yeah,
to take that step. He was really balling before the
No,
injury.
yeah,
He just getting them offensive rebounds,
yeah.
putting it back. He could catch the ball. Nerlens Noel cannot catch the ball for nothing. He rubs his hands with butter before every game, according to rumors. I don't know if it's true, but I believe. And yeah, but like Juan said, I'm not trying to torture myself and go back there. Focusing on right now the sixth seed in the Eastern Conference, the New York Knicks, man.
yes, sir.
And let's finish this show off like we do every show, Don Juan, with the cornball of the week. And I'm gonna start off with my cornball of the week. My cornball of the week is take you guys back again. You know I like going down memory lane. Me and my boy Ruben got a nice little big bottle of tequila. And we was in the crib just drinking. Walked, no, took the train to Madison Square Garden. Saw the Knicks take on the Indiana Pacers. Come back from 16 down and win that game. We came outside and it was just straight mayhem out there, and it was straight
Madness.
bugging out. Everybody dancing. I took out my cell phone and I catch the perfect video. And I was drunk, man, and I just forgot about that video. And I looked at my phone again and I uploaded it. And man, I looked at my phone again and it was just buzzing. This man right here, he was like, "Yo, you just went viral." And I'm like, "What the hell does that mean?" And that went everywhere. And the comments, there were people hating, like, "Oh, this is how the Knicks are acting because they just got to 500." I'm giving you guys a cornball a week because here we are, 39 and 31, 70 games into the season.
Yes, sir.
That's that energy outside Madison Square Garden that Knicks fans just had bottled up inside, and we had to let it go.
Yeah.
He did not let us down. So I'm giving you guys the cornball of the week, the haters in my comments. Because the New York Knicks are going to the playoffs, baby.
We're here. We're here.
Sir, boy.
New York, we're here.
Who's your cornball of the week?
Nah, this week I don't have a cornball. Fortunately, it seems like, a lot of people have been quiet. It seems like people, they're playing their cards right. Besides maybe Alfred Payne, I would throw Alfred Payne cornball of the week. He probably gonna get cornball of the month, cornball of the year. Get him out of here.
See you later, cornball. Man, you got anything you want to talk about as a cornball of the week for you?
Man, Max Kellerman, man, he's a hater.
Always.
Hater, man.
Always.
And he's a former fan. He's just a hater. That's a cornball for life.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. And I saw if the Knicks don't win what was the comment on First Take? They just raising the expectations.
It's just like, yo.
22.5 wins was the projection. Now it's like if the Knicks don't win the championship, is this season a bust?
We shouldn't talk about that, man. We lost out on money.
Yeah, word.
We lost out on money with that one.
That was an easy
coming.
But man, bro, wow. This was a fun show, Ruben. Thank you for joining, bro. It was fun having you here, fam. And we out here. We always wilding. We're gonna def join. We're gonna season just beginning. 24/7, 365 days. Always New York Knicks basketball.
Yes, sir.
And that excitement. We made the playoff. We back. We everywhere. So you already know. I'm gonna take you out. Peace.
Thanks for having me. Peace.
Yo, peace out.